2 of them are going to hang over the edge of the desk. That's what I told a trader named Tim last week. He called me dead set on getting 8 monitors. 8. He had the whole thing planned out in his head, this massive wall of screens, blinking and glowing like the NASA Mission Control Center. So I asked him one simple question. How wide is your desk? He measured it while we were on the phone, and when I did the math out loud for him, the room went quiet. 2 of his 8 monitors would literally hang off the edges into thin air. He'd be trading with screens floating over his coffee mug and his dog's water bowl. Here's the thing nobody tells you about monitor setups. The number that you think you want and the number that actually fits your life are 2 completely different numbers. And today I'm going to save you a pile of money and a giant headache before you make Tim's mistake. Let me be clear right up front. I'm not here to shame you for wanting 8 monitors. I used to use 8 monitors. I get it. That wall of screen looks like power. It looks like you've arrived. It looks like the cover of a hedge fund brochure. But wanting it and needing it are 2 different animals. And the gap between those 2 things is where traders waste hundreds, sometimes thousands of dollars. This is hands down the #1 physical setup question I get. I've had this exact conversation over 200 times. And you want to know the wildest part? Most of the traders who call me wanting 6 or 8 monitors, they end up ordering 4. Every single time after we've had the conversation, they talk themselves down. Why? Because reality shows up. Let me walk you through it. The first reality is your desk. A standard home office desk is about 60 inches wide. A 27-inch monitor in landscape takes up roughly 2 feet of width once you count the stand and the bezels. Do the math. You can comfortably fit 2 27-inch monitors side by side, maybe 3 if you stack them. You want 4? Now you're talking 2 on top, 2 on the bottom, a 2x2 array. That fits beautifully on a normal desk, and it's an absolute powerhouse for trading. But 6 or 8 monitors, you're going to need a custom extra wide desk. You're going to need several monitor mounts, and you're doing exactly what Tim was about to do. You're hanging glass over the edge like a daredevil. And yes, I do have 6 monitors behind me, and you can see they even hang a little bit over the desk. And this is an extra wide custom desk. And let me tell you this, nothing kills your focus faster than a monitor that you have to crane your desk sideways to look at, like you're watching a tennis match. And that brings me to the second reality, and this is the one nobody talks about. More monitors does not mean more information processed. It means more information thrown at you. And many times it means information overload. Here's the trap. We tell ourselves more screens equals more data equals better trades, right? Sounds logical. Wrong. Dead wrong. More information is only better if your brain can actually process it. A trader staring at 8 screens isn't seeing anymore. He's scattered. His eyes are bouncing around like a pinball. And by the time he finds the chart that matters, the move is over. That's not an edge. That's decision fatigue dressed up like a professional setup. I know, I used to do 8 monitors myself until I realized my brain cannot multitask like that. Think about it like driving in the old days. All we had was a windshield, 2 mirrors, and a dashboard with analog controls. That was it. There weren't too many distractions. Now that we have all these infotainment screens, things are a little distracting, aren't they? Doesn't it seem like we tend to be all over the road now? And then what happens when you look at your phone screen? Think about it. The real question is, what do I actually need to see at the exact same moment? For the majority of traders, that's your charts, your order entry window, your scanners, and maybe a few news feeds or a watch list. 4 windows, 4 monitors, done. Now here's something that surprises a lot of my customers. Go look at the pros, the traders who are sitting on those institutional desks, the ones that are moving real size at the big firms. A huge number of them run 4 monitors, not 8, 4, because they figured out a long time ago that clarity beats clutter and distraction. They want speed and focus, not a glass museum. And if 4 screens are good enough for someone trading other people's millions, they're probably good enough for your retirement account also. Now, before I get into the hidden costs that almost nobody warns you about, let me give you something useful. My free complete guide to trading computers has an entire monitor section, including exactly what professional traders actually use and why, the exact right sizes, and how to set up your array. It's completely free. Just click the link in the description after the video and grab it. Now let's talk about those costs that can sneak up on you when you have a 6 or 8 monitor array. And this one's brutal because you tend to not find out about it until your order arrives. It's your GPU, the graphics card. Here's how it works. A normal trading computer comes with a graphics card that has 4 display outputs. 4. That means 4 monitors, no problem, no extra anything. You plug them in and you go. But the second you want a 5th or 6th or you want 8 monitors, it's too late. you've maxed out the one card. You need a second card just to add more inputs. And that's not a small thing. It means an extra video card, which are very expensive these days, more power draw, so you need a bigger power supply, more heat that's going to build up in that computer case, and most importantly, more money out of your pocket. That's probably over $1,000 more for the card, the power supply, and for more screens that you're probably not going to look at that often. And by the way, this is also where I see a lot of people get burned trying to do it the cheap way. They buy these little USB to HDMI adapters off the internet to squeeze in extra monitors. Please do not do this. These adapters introduce lag and choppy refresh rate, and the last thing you want is a delayed chart during a fast move. So now that you can see the full picture, 6 or 8 monitors cost you more desk than you might have, more graphics hardware than you probably need, and more cable spaghetti behind your setup, and more visual noise and information overload than your brain can handle. I'm not saying don't do it, but all for screens that, let's be honest, are going to end up showing your email and a YouTube video. I know I have 6 monitors behind me, may sound like a hypocrite, but let me give you my real recommendation, the same one I gave to Tim. If you're just starting out, get 2 27-inch monitors side by side. That's a fantastic clean setup that fits on any desk, runs off the standard graphics card with room to spare. When you're ready to level up, go with 4, 2/2, the classic 2/2 array. This is a sweet spot for the vast majority of serious day traders. It fits a normal sized desk. It runs on one NVIDIA RTX 5060 graphics card, and it gives you a dedicated screen for charts, for order entry, your scanners, and news, all visible at once. No extra click strokes, which is the mistake of running one monitor. No hide and seek while you hunt for your trading platform. Only go beyond 4 if you have a genuine specific reason. Maybe you're an algo trader watching multiple instruments and live dashboards at the same time. Maybe you've got a custom wide desk built for it. If that's you, great. Go with 6, even go with 8, and add the second graphics card. But do it on purpose, not because it looks cool. Remember what happened with Tim? He came in wanting 8. He measured his desk, we did the math. He ordered 4, 2/2. He called me back a week later, he was thrilled. His exact words to me were, "Eddie, I don't know why I ever thought I needed more than this." And that's the whole game. Match your screens to your strategy and your space, not to a fantasy. So before you blow your budget on monitors and screens that hang off your desk, ask yourself the only question that matters. What do I actually need at the same moment to pull the trigger with confidence? Answer that honestly, and 9 times out of 10, the answer is 4. And dude, why haven't you subscribed yet? Do yourself a favor. Slam the subscribe button. I promise to keep generating tips to help you optimize your trading experience. If you want to learn what you absolutely need for a great monitor setup for trading, watch this video next. My name is Eddie Z. Thank you for watching. May the trend be with you.